the idea is to share with you some experience in our company and how we have used several thoughts regarding management innovation in order to improve our competitiveness. In fact, this speech is quite related to the presentation of Mrs. Hall. So we are trying to see how innovation management, that means innovation in organizational procedures, has been translated into new product processes in our company. In fact, the division I manage is the business-to-business division of CIRSA. CIRSA is a gaming company that belongs to a bigger group that is Nortia Corporation. This is a family-owned company with a turnover of 2009. The reason to mention 2009 is the 2010 figures are not yet published, of 2.2 billion euros with 16,700 employees. The gaming area, CIRSA, has 4 divisions: casinos, the bigger one, bingos, and slots. And business to business is not the online company of CIRSA. The name of business to business is because we sell products to business. That means we are not a B2C. We are selling to business company that, by the way, are our colleagues in the same group and third parties. But Nortia is a big group that has also other the area services. There is also an internal university and also a foundation that helps to do grants for other, you can say, responsibility issues. So the idea to share with you is that product innovation, following the ideas of Mrs. Hall, has been the key factor to improve our competitiveness. In fact, this sentence, "we must innovate," is something I try to share with my with my people. The reason is that independently of the grants that we receive from local government, the company needs to innovate in order to survive as a manufacturing company. That means, coming back to the previous area, the most of profit of CIRSA comes from the operation, not from us. That means if we are profitable and our products are successful, we will say to CIRSA and others. If not, our company can be closed. That means we are at a risk. That means we are the more risky area inside the group. The reason is that we depend on innovation. Our products must be innovative in order to survive. Nevertheless, we are putting a lot financial effort in our R&D and innovation activities. In fact, related to our sales, we have a ratio of about 11%. And for the employees of our division, 45% are in R&D. I took this sentence from an author that was published in Harvard Business Review, I think it was James Morse, who said that for the majority of companies today, the only competitive advantage consists of innovating more than the competition. And it's true, and it gives us a reference about how much you must to spend on R&D. And my answer is more than your competitors. The objective, so, is to reflect on innovation management in the new product development process. So it's not a game about the sentences. We must to understand how we can innovate in the process to innovate. The reason is that I consider that a relevant strategy for a company because the failure ratio of innovation is very high. I took this example from a consumer goods industry. It's a real company that was explaining that for 100 ideas that they have for new products, only 10 products were launched and only was a success. Nevertheless, we have a bias for the winners. For example, if you look to iTunes store from Apple, everything believes that everybody putting software there becomes millionaire. Only 1 per million of the games put inside iTunes are a success. Of course, this one has million of sales, but the percentage is not a percentage. It's 1 per million of successful of the games put inside iTunes store. That means that maintaining the product innovation, that means maintaining your continuously investment on R&D for a company is not easy. In fact, it becomes a real risk. So the questions that we as managers must to put when we are managing a company is how we generate successful ideas, how we choose those ideas, how we develop them efficiently, how we improve our rate of success, and how we reduce our development times. Depending on that, we can get a lot of success or not. The reason is very simple. At this moment, the competition is increasingly tougher in every market. You can find everywhere anyone that gives for your customer a product cheaper than you. It's true. If you sell at the price that with this crisis, anyone willing to offer this price cheaper. The only key is differentiation. In many companies, the development process for the products is not very well systemized. That means in many things, people believe that innovation cannot be managed, that it depends on success, that depends on effort, depends on will. But it's not true. We need to formalize the development process in the companies. In many companies, this process is driven by R&D. So technological people are the drivers for innovation, but it's wrong. The reason is that we need to hear the customer voice. We cannot survive in a company by technology-driven people. Technology is a means, it's not the end. The end is to make money. We must to become wiser, not richer. This is the difference between universities and companies. The companies must to earn money, otherwise the people are thrown away. The R&D in internal companies need success, need sales, need profits, otherwise the R&D departments are closed and people are fired. And it is what's happening every day in this country. But the difference between engineers and software developers compared with, with people working at the floor industry is that they make no noise. They are civilized and then don't appear and making a strike in the middle of Catalonia Square here in Barcelona. But last year, 2010, was a year where many R&D groups in Spain were closed and people fired. But nobody talks about that. Why? Because we are living in a crisis and we must to see how we are successful in our innovation processes. And the key issue is time. We must compete on time. Development processes in many companies are too long, too bureaucratic. Many people, many steps, many signatures. We need to reduce the time to market. This is a key issue to survive. So in our company, we became aware of the need to revise and improve the product innovation process. That was done previously to innovate into the product. We use a model, is very similar to the model that you can find here, Axio 10, because it's derived from CIRSA and Foss at the London Business School, that they find an innovation model based on 4 innovation processes that they consider key innovation processes: the generation of new product concepts, the product development, the production process innovation, and the technology acquisition. The only difference with Axio 10 model is that here is, I think it was commercial innovation. And this key innovation process has 4 support processes: market focus, leadership and culture, resources, and systems and techniques. And both guys in this paper, I think was published around 1995 or something like that, they say, if you do that, perfect, you get an improved business competitiveness. So a model is approximation to reality. I'm using this model in my personal job as manager since then with more or less success. But I think it's interesting to understand what they are explaining. You will get access to this presentation, and I explain in the next slides each of the items, but I'm going to focus in 2. Product development. CIRSA and Foss says the process through which a new product concept moves to its successful market launch in the shortest possible time from its development and control to its manufacture. Each of the words has a lot of meaning. Successful market launch, shortest possible time. And I'm following this. Like leadership and culture, you cannot innovate in a company without management promoting innovation, without anyone who's becoming the leader of the innovation into the company. Many people talk about innovation, they're cutting the R&D staff. Many people talk about innovation and putting no money on innovation. How do you get something if you are not investing? CIRSA said, leadership culture describes how management sets objectives and priorities in terms of innovation, how it leads the business effort to adopt the best practical processes for new product development, process innovation, and the acquisition of new technologies, as well as how it creates and maintains a culture favoring innovation. The rest of items you can read is what we did. We improved the management innovation process. First, I think in any items of managerial processes is a strategy. And second, the execution. We reflect a lot on a strategy, and then we jump into execution. And we try to apply some, I can say, new, between brackets, management techniques. One, I will explain you, multi-generation product planning. The second one, conquer engineering or collaboration atmosphere. And the third one, open innovation. We try to create a dynamic innovation management. We try to manage complexity and uncertainty that is affecting the innovations in all the companies. We're trying to do faster, better, and cheaper. We are trying to breaking the current R&D paradigm that you must to invest and spend more money in order to be more efficient. This is our company. R&D, manufacturing, sales, and service, a perfect laboratory in order to try these ideas. We are going from the customer needs to the after sales with the operation. Operation here in Terrassa in Barcelona, manufacturing here in Catalonia. We have R&D here, 160 engineers here. We are not in China. We are here. It is a family-owned company that wants to invest in Catalonia. We have all the distribution companies here and partners here. So we analyze the process from the idea until the launch. We analyze the resources. Are these resources fitted for what you want? And we analyze new technologies, conquer engineering, multi-generation product planning, and open innovation. And we achieve this. 25% reduction of the time to market, that means from the idea into the launching. We reduce the development costs. We try to keep the know-how as a company asset, and we try to increase our engineers' creative work. And I think you get some similar figures if you apply those techniques. The first point was to define the strategy. What means the strategy? First, projects prioritize based on a business strategy. Without a strategy, you cannot allocate resources. What do you want to do? You want to become the leader, the follower in Spain, in Colombia, in Italy, in South America? Key criteria, focus on client, cost versus benefit of the projects, time to market, and the final decision, buy versus make. We bought some solutions because we have no time to develop. And then to define not only one product generation, to try to define multiple product generations. And that was our strategy. The focus on client is relevant. There is also this sentence, sorry, I don't remember the author, but it was also found in a Harvard Business Review article, saying that truly important innovations tend to be the result of discovering profound dissatisfactions. That means if we find something to solve that, we will have a good product. Let me explain in a few minutes about what is a multi-generation product planning. This is one of the several tools of Design for Six Sigma methodology. I was lucky working at Sony and discovering the Six Sigma methodology 10 years ago, and the methodology of Six Sigma to apply to new products, it's called Design for Six Sigma. This is one of the tools. The idea is the following. When you develop a new product concept, you cannot only think, you must avoid to think only at short time. You must to think in your first generation, but meanwhile you're developing your first generation, you must to think in your second generation, and meanwhile you're developing this first generation, you must to think in the second and the third. That means your basic design must be scalable. That means from a basic design, you must to have the foundation to build new products on the same platform, instead to reinvent the wheel every time. So with my first generation, imagine first half this year, I make a basic design, for example, is a matter of example, to fill the gap with competition. But doing that and defining the technology solution, I'm thinking about the second generation, maybe next half, looking for new markets, looking for new features. But with that, I'm thinking what I will do next year to do that. The reason to define this short time is because in our business, every year the time to market is becoming shorter. So with that, there was a strategy. We must think on that. The execution must be based on this strategy. And then we are going to the execution of the new product development process, trying to optimize the management of innovation by a faster development process. We must run like hell. We must run faster than the competition. We must destroy the competition by speed. Faster, faster. This is something that I discovered working at Sony that is the key success of Toyota. Toyota is developing faster than anybody the new products. And that makes the competition that are not able to run faster, finally, that they are throwing the back door because they must to skip the market. Which tools? Conquer engineering approach, collaborative atmosphere, working with multifunctional teams. I'm adding to R&D the marketing people, the production people, the purchasing people, the sales people, the post-sales or after-sales service people, in order to launch a product that will be successful from the service, the final end, since the beginning, from marketing. Then, with effective project revisions, we are following the methodology, the project management book of knowledge of the PMI Institute. In Spain, once I talked with a manager and they said there was an orange juice, PMI. The Project Management Institute is quite relevant institution to create the project management professionals. For innovation, we need good project management professionals because innovation is a set of projects with a lot of uncertainty. If we don't have people able to manage projects, it will be difficult that you make a success on innovation. And the final one, the open innovation, a concept following books written by Chesbrook, a professor that create this concept. Our key to success is to having enterprising project leaders. I say to my people, you must manage the money from the owner like it was your money, and trying to do with this amount of budget what you will do if you were the owner of this company. And this is the philosophy I want for my people. And these multidisciplinary teams, they have project leaders, and these project leaders report to me as general manager. And they have the power and the authority in order to execute. Sometimes they are afraid, but there is no problem. They must be able to manage the uncertainty. They have these responsibilities. They have the responsibilities with the people in the teams, marketing, engineering, and production. We need to specify the layout, the colors, the images, the style, the sound. Each of our products are based, of course, on games and mathematics. This is the core. But we must to make the product that is funny and interesting for the customer. And of course, the production costs in line with the budget. This is how we are managing the new product concepts. We have many sources of ideas, open innovation, internal, R&D is relevant, but competition. I look what my competitors are doing, I got some ideas, and I improve. This is Japanese style, Korean style, Chinese style. It's good. Why not to take the best of them and make a breed and launch a new products? The Japanese, they did from Americans doing, I saw the picture of a scanner that was invented. You mentioned, who was Andrea. Andrea mentioned that it was invented by AMI, but probably if you have a problem, you go to the closer hospital here in Barcelona, you will find maybe a Toshiba product. Meanwhile, the company disappeared. The inventor received a Nobel Prize, but the division of AMI disappeared. Meanwhile, you can find a Toshiba or Siemens or Philips or General Electric. That means sometimes competition gives you a lot of idea. The media, I need curious people reading the papers. Suppliers is a key issue for innovation. They want to sell you a lot, especially on crisis, they offer good products. Marketing, they're close to customers. Sales, they're selling. Engineer, of course, clients or customers. These are the sources of idea, open innovation, not only internal. Then those ideas are passed to the multifunctional teams, and we study. If they are fitting with our business strategy objectives, and they are full in current legislation, go on. If not, reject it, but explaining why. We are not putting your idea, but I give explanations. You cannot make this wheel running without explaining, especially in internal, why you are not applying the idea. And then the open innovation concepts brought us to define a modular architecture with internal R&D, but using external and internal ideas to develop new products. Also change channels and search new partnerships and alliances, some better and some worse. And these are the products, I can explain more, but these are very easy to find in any bar here in Spain, or bingo halls, arcades. And those machines were launched from the 2007 to 2010. All of them has a common modular architecture. All have the same mathematics, but they have different skins, a clear internet concept. You find different skins, but the games and mathematics are the same. They are based on a new concept, that is, you find here wheels and here a screen. And a screen 3:4, the aspect ratio, that you will find 16:9. But the same mathematics is developed with double reels here. And you find those machines in all the bars in Spain. In fact, this model, that was the basic one, Perla, Caribbean Pearl, plus the different skin, we sold 80,000 units. The total market in Spain installed base is 240,000 units. Imagine 80,000 units from this. Also, we applied a new business model, trying to, with our distributors, to define the percentage. The idea was being fast time to market. The time from this idea, from one of these launches, has been reduced to nearly less than 1 year. That means when our competitors are copying the product, they copy because they put people 24 hours per day trying to simulate all the thousands of games. So when they got the idea, we are launching the next one. And when they are copying this one, we're launching the next one. And this is the idea. Going faster, launching new products. Now we have launched different products, but it's no question to disturb you on that. But it's something that we are trying to do. Also, the reduced cost structure. The cost structure must be fitted. Process innovation, but the product, the more relevant is product. Then cost structure. Then set target margins. We define, we want to achieve this percentage of margin, and we keep on this. And they define a competitive strategy that is very similar, very simple, to destroy the competition. And then when people say, why you are so clear? This is the relevant, because we survive, they lose. It's a contingent market. So it's yours or the other. It's a gladiator game. Only one survive. And this is the strategy. And then what we have achieved, this was the results in EBITDA of this division, 2006, minus 5 million euros, break-even first year. 2008, 17.8. 2009, 17, estimated this year, 16.68. So it's not a question of success. The people say it's luck. Well, it's luck and a lot of work. Because we are experiencing the crisis that you know, because the tobacco law is affecting all the bars. And why they choose our machine? Because it's the better at the better price. The reflection on this, to finish, is very simple. Innovation can be managed, and it depends on you. You cannot believe on the luck, even that we are working on in the work on the gaming and the luck. I have a very good team. I have excellent collaborators. Not everybody was happy with the idea of this. Some people left the company. I respect them, because this is a strategy, and the strategy must be executed. But I think, that if you know how to manage innovation and you work hard and you have good collaborators, you can succeed. If not, is a problem. But I think when people understand how R&D must to link with the concept of returning innovation, it's something that our engineers don't understand, and they need to understand. You are here not because you are not a university. You are paid, and you are paid usually a lot. Our salaries are competitive, because your products are useful for the company and for third parties. And when they understand that there is a return on innovation concept, and the innovation must to give returns, and for the owner, for the shareholders, for the company, this is relevant. But unless that you change things, things stay the same. What we did here, and it was a job with a lot of people working very hard, was changing a lot of things. Otherwise, this was the last year, but the previous was the same story. If you change this, and this is sustainable more or less on the time, it's because you are doing well. Of course, we must run and being faster than competitors, because the situation has become tough and tougher, but we are happy. We are selling quite well those months, and we are helping CIRSA. By the way, if you put the question, do you sell 100% of your production to CIRSA? At this moment, we are selling only 25% to CIRSA, 75% to competitors of CIRSA. So we are not being bred by the mother. We are getting the money from outside, because the success for the manufacturing companies is getting money from others, not from the mother company. We learned that from automotive industry. Visteon, Delphi, we need to get money back from others, not from the mother company. And this is the key reason that we are now doing well. And we must to keep trying to apply those concepts.